Sure. You put it in the PS3.
That's real high.
Oh, well, get a ladder.
Okay. What do you do with it, Dad?
Oh, I forgot to return that. Can you go take that to Blockbuster for me? I don't feel like getting off the couch.
Okay. Flying saucers.
Hi, I'm Box.
Couch Guy.
And you're watching the Two Smart Guys show. And this week we're going to be building the ultimate home theater PC.
This is exciting because this is one of the things
Your TV.
Yay! No more cable.
Yeah.
No, this is what a lot of people are shooting towards, having the computer with their stuff, their content. Not to mention all that stuff you find on the web, including the evil YouTube-y stuff to podcast, everything else.
Yeah. So instead of taking your laptop and connecting it up to your TV through HDMI or VGA or however you want to try and connect.
Well,
it.
or just hunched over a little computer.
Right. Yeah.
You now can put this stuff on your TV.
Yes.
You paid for a 50-inch plasma. Watch the 50-inch plasma.
Right. So today we're building the ultimate box for that. That's just going to be permanently hooked up to your TV, and it's going to aggregate all your content from your internet and give you a big 10-foot interface. Sit back and relax with the remote and
Yes.
be able to show to your friends and not look like a freak punched over a little netbook.
Or as I like to say, something my wife will actually use, because if I had to make her use my computer to do that, she wouldn't do it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this, in HD. HD is what's pointed out on our chat.
Yes, of course. Obviously, HD is the best part about this.
So about a year ago, I showed an episode on how to modify Apple TV, which lets you only watch Apple content, to be a Boxee box.
Connected to iTunes and things like that was the original intent.
Yeah. So that it was opened up to all media formats, and so you can do streaming of like Hulu and different shows and things. Lots changed in a year.
Lots of changes here.
A lot more HD content, and that little machine can't do full HD.
No, it was really what meant just to do a 720p H.264
Yeah,
stream.
it was even a weird anamorphic version too. It wasn't even
it
full
was like
720.
It was early stuff for even Apple, like
Yeah.
in what they considered high-end video at that time when they started selling movies.
So this is the ultimate one. Next week we'll probably do an ultimate one.
An ultimate?
We'll do the it doesn't
What you can do for free?
what you can do for free. So this
We'll just talk about this one now. We'll talk
right,
about
okay.
what we're gonna do next
so,
time.
So here's the parts list. I'm building it really quick here.
It's a really fast build.
Yes. You need a media center case, or any kind of a case, but if you wanted to match your decor, you might want to make a media center case, a motherboard with HDMI out. That way you don't have to worry about...
Integration's awesome.
Yeah. And the new iCore 3, which has got the GPU integrated, a couple gigs of RAM, terabyte hard drive, DVD drive, tuners if you want to capture over-the-air HD or some analog cable, and remote, which sometimes come with a tuner. Yeah, so you can have, if you're streaming from your computer, which you can do, you don't even need to have anything more than a couple gigs.
Yeah,
to
actually
host
at that point your
operating
internet
system.
connections were more important than your hard drive.
Right, but aka the Boxee box.
Yeah.
And I'll mind you, like the Boxee box that's coming out, it's going to be around $200 or so. This is going to cost about half a grand.
$500.
Yeah, about $500. But you're not just being able to stream content off the internet.
It is a full functioning PC in terms of other things.
Right. So this will play back your Blu-rays. The one I configured also does HD DVDs, and the software that we're using. We're going to load this bad boy up with Windows 7, Home Premium. You don't need anything higher, really.
And you need to remind people, $500 is not.
Oh, yeah, at this price point, 7.
At this price
600
point,
with Windows 7.
well, still, you did a really conservative build.
Yes.
These boxes configured on the internet, otherwise pre-built, $5,000 is not hard to go through.
No,
on trying to buy
really,
these things.
this is cheap as a mid-range Blu-ray player.
You know,
really.
it's yeah. Well, you're talking about something that you're a pretty decent computer. Add the media center aspect to it. You know, you're a good range for a new computer. You know, whereas some of the high-end media center computers are trying to get you with the slim boxes and the certain kinds of processors. Really could, you know, you could spend $500 on a processor alone. So just so you know, this isn't the most expensive thing you can put together, even if it, you know, as it sits.
Right. If you slim down this version, took out the optical drive, didn't put as big of a hard drive in it, didn't need the tuners, it'd be around $300.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can play around with it.
Options are unlimited.
Yes. You just want to make sure you get a video capability of 1080p out, because otherwise the GPU is the most important thing, really, not the processor. This one's set up with a higher end processor that we can do ripping of optical content to keep it permanently stored, keep kids from breaking the media.
Getting off the couch is what I like to say. Anything to keep me from getting off the couch.
Yeah, and going through the closet of all of the DVDs and Blu-rays. So, you know, I'll go ahead and start the
demonstration of the software.
The demonstration of the software that's loaded on here. Like I said, running Windows 7 at this point in time, but we'll get into other options in a minute here. So in this, the way I have this set up is when you turn it on, it'll automatically boot into the Windows 7 Media Center. And I installed an analog capture card, or actually, it also does digital capture, so you can get my local news and stuff like that. And you can actually capture 6 different channels at once, unlike most TiVos, which do 2. So you can watch your live TV, you get your DVR functionality, so you can rewind, fast forward, skip commercials, all that jazz. Schedule shows to record in the future, subscribe to series. Everything you'd expect from a typical DVR.
Never miss an episode again. Oh, that's the TiVo thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn TiVo.
But if you're, you know, fed up with your traditional television way of watching things,
you like your cable but don't like your TiVo.
Yeah.
Or don't want to pay the extra piece of subscription for the DVR functionality on your cable.
We've got it set. I've got it set up so that you can watch Hulu directly for your traditional big studio television shows. So you can watch your Chucks and your Heroes and Scrubs and
your Hulu work.
Yeah, your Hulu stuff. And what are the big networks they do? NBC, CBS.
NBC, CBS, Fox. I think they even get.
I don't think they do CBS.
Oh no, CBS runs their own.
Yeah.
Right, CBS does run their own.
Fox.
Fox is the other one.
And I think Comedy Central just pulled out.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll get into a solution for that next after this. So yeah, the Hulu app's pretty decent.
This is what they want you to run.
This is what they want you to run for their full screen 10-foot experience. It lets you browse through all their different shows and movies. It's all ad supported.
Just like the one you watch now.
Yeah.
So there's nothing unfamiliar in this when you start running it. It feels very much the same, except for the fact that it looks boring on the interface. But boring can be good.
It works. It works. You have the ability to select your bandwidth, low, medium, high, depending on your internet connection. The quality's really good. You have access to your account, so you can sign with your account. You can subscribe to shows.
Does it do the queue function similar to the Boxee?
Yeah, yeah, and it syncs to your account, so wherever you're watching.
That's
like
nice.
Boxee.
That's nice.
Yeah, and which brings us to Boxee, which is, instead of just one source of content, such as Hulu, it allows you to aggregate all the sources.
And let's just be honest, we're biased towards Boxee.
Yes, very biased.
We like to have everything at our fingertips.
Yeah. Now, first and foremost, this was originally a Boxee box. The other stuff was just kind of gravy for me, personally. But, you know, could be the other way for other people.
Yeah.
But Boxee, you almost have to have a new way of thinking about things. Because you don't have to wait for everything to come to you. You just go out and get it.
Boxee is like the ultimate, like if you could, the old TV guide search, you know, you remember old cable boxes, you could like, you do almost like satellite boxes, where you can do a TV guide search on what's out there.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that for all the media content that's on the internet instead of what's being played on TV.
Right.
You know?
So
because you could do what's being played on TV. You just, you know.
Right. So you can obviously just browse your local computer. So any movies that you have, you know, ripped or backed up onto
Anything that everything you've done backing up so that you don't have to get off the couch.
Right. So all that's there. Then you've also got all your internet content. So you can subscribe to like Netflix as one of their sources, and you can watch their whole online streaming catalog.
So if you were trying to figure out what to do with that digital copy that you ended up with, this is where it goes. Now, if it's the iTunes version, there's issues.
Yeah, that's the only issue is all non-DRM content with Boxee.
We won't talk about what happens with the iTunes-only content right now.
Kidding, nothing. Anyway, so for your TVs, this right here is what I was talking about. Instead of going to Hulu and searching for Lost, you just search for Lost, and it'll tell you where it's at.
Yeah, it'll give you the options of how many different places they actually know where it's at and can stream it from on the internet.
Right. So you can watch it from the Hulu, the ABC. ABC's Lost, right?
ABC is Lost, yeah.
Yeah, or if you're trying to watch an older episode, maybe it's on Netflix and you can watch it without commercials.
Yeah.
And you can recommend it to your friend who doesn't have Netflix, but he can still watch it because it's on Hulu.
Or how would you like to watch every single episode of South Park ever made?
Well, that works too because it's on Comedy Central's channel.
Yeah,
but you don't have to worry about that.
No,
because you
just choose South Park and you can go. And then you get the same descriptions. That's the great thing about it. You get the same kind of icons, same kind of descriptions. It's nothing foreign to what you would normally be looking at either through their website or through Hulu.
Right. And so you can view Hulu content, and the way they do that is they actually pull up the web browser to pull up the content. But it's all done for you, so you just kind of briefly get a glimpse of their...
Yeah, you see the processing that happens, and then it goes, okay, please hit a button. Anytime now. You can see that at the top of the screen. Anytime now. Hit a button.
That's relatively new.
And then you hit the button, and then it'll go full screen.
So the viewing experience with Hulu inside of Boxee isn't quite as nice as the dedicated one, the dedicated Hulu app right now, but they've expressed interest with... Boxee has been trying to work with all the content providers to...
optimize everything.
Yeah. Trying to make everybody happy.
Wow.
If that's at all possible. But instead they're just kind of scared.
I tell you, I work in broadcast. This is the scariest thing in the world. And it's great. It's fantastic.
Because if we're here telling you cancel your cable because you don't need it anymore with something like Boxee,
there's a reason why you can cancel your cable now.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many C-SPANs do you really need?
Yeah. So instead of, surfing through all this content that's out there.
Oh, I don't know. I think the 3 o'clock in the morning Girls Gone Wild things will just be a thing that I'll have to miss, but...
Just go out there and get what you want to see right away. It's a whole different way of viewing TV.
Well, and plus, how many people anymore... I don't know. For my family, I'm lucky if I remember when the shows are on anymore. Seriously, like, I'm hearing it. This is how I end up hearing about it. Oh, did you see that great episode of Lost last night? Which is what I heard about all through today. No, I didn't. I don't watch Lost. If I wanted to watch it, I would go, oh, crap, I missed Lost. Bink.
You don't have to worry about missing an episode. And if you catch on to a series late, it's easy to go back and watch all the old episodes.
That's the part that I like about it. I don't watch Lost. If I wanted to catch up to Lost,
go back to
either through my Netflix or through Boxee or anything else on those streams, every stream has a little bit different, so I don't want to say you can watch every episode ever made, because that's not true. Every episode that is available from their vendor is on there. Netflix has the availability of the back episodes and things like that a lot of times, more often than some of the streaming ones. But I can watch it through my Boxee box, catch up, and go through there.
Okay, so to kind of explain, in our build, I installed Windows 7, and then it automatically has the media center, so that was like a no-brainer. You pop in the card and you run the configure utility. It just does it for you if you use a tuner.
Dear God, Windows actually made something that worked?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you go to, the link is in our show notes at twosmartguys.com to all of this software. So you can follow my guide. I have links to all the hardware that I bought, all the software that's on there, Hulu Desktop, Boxee, and Orb. I didn't explain Orb yet.
You know, I think it's fair to mention right now that for the most part, with the exception of the Windows software,
everything's free.
And the Netflix subscription, the rest of this is free. The only thing you need to have is the version of your internet, however you're getting internet, be it free or otherwise, paid.
I look at it this way: $500 box, or $70 cable bill. Have it paid for in less than half a year.
Yeah, because you're gonna get your internet from cable anyway, but do you need to pay the extra $70 to $100 depending on how much cable you're paying for?
Right. So, anyways, Orb. I was trying to talk about.
Sorry,
Orb software is another little add-on that you can toss in the mix that will let you stream all the content that's on your home theater PC to any device. Well, not any device, but any computer or iPhone or other devices they end up supporting.
It helps networking your
so when you're away,
stuff.
Yeah, so when you're away, you can have access to your whole local library, and they're working on, or people are working on plugins for Boxee and.
So if you're like us and you end up in a hotel room a couple nights a month or more,
or if you get good 3G, you can watch it while riding.
Or if you're bored inside of a waiting room, you're now able to like, oh well, I wanted to watch X movie or this TV show. I had it on my. Now the file does have to be on your system. It's not like a streaming version like it is through Boxee, right? It's a file that's on your system.
It's a file. You have a host. So like in our case, it's on our home theater PC.
Okay.
So that's where the server is. So any media that's locally on there.
So you do have to have the file at some point.
Yeah, you have to have the file.
If you've got your backed up movies and things like that, I use it in the doctor's office with my children. Kind of scenario where hear the pacifier of watch your cartoon while we're watching kids screaming across the doctor's office kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyways, we want to check that out. Also, I have links to the add-ons that will integrate both the Hulu desktop and the Boxee desktop into the Windows Media Center, so you never have to leave the couch and the remote.
Which is what we're really trying to get, is people who are fatter and more remote-driven.
And because we built kind of a beefier processor, this is a quad-core processor in this thing. Recommend any DVD HD.
Which will help you back up all of your DVDs and your Blu-rays.
Right.
And it's even compatible with the former HD DVD.
Right, and that works so that you can do like a whole image backup. But if you want to slim it down, so it's
something besides an ISO.
Yeah, so your Blu-ray is 25 gigs.
Yeah.
And you want it a little bit more portable. You can use Ripbot 264, or if you're doing DVDs, Handbrake or DVD Shrink. Those will all kind of condense things down a little bit better, especially the MPEG-2 stuff. We'll get it down to a much more
manageable size.
Manageable size with a better compression. That
the quality loss is there, but you're not
minimal.
quite as dramatic as the space loss that you're having from having 25 gigs backed up.
Right. Yeah. So that's the main box that I built. There's some different options. I mean, that you could do. You could forgo Microsoft and go with either like Ubuntu install.
Oh yeah, you could go with the Linux side, and you can either use Ubuntu or Myth, which is something I haven't played with, but Myth TV has a media center options integration in a big way. But I actually run it off of Ubuntu at home myself.
And you could go Mac, like a Mac Mini, but then you're limited in terms of Blu-ray playback at the moment. Doesn't have it.
So. But it is nice to know that you can have it in each, whatever sect of computer processing you want to deal with, you can get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for this show.
Yeah, I think so. The clarification on a couple things that we want to make sure you understand. Just because this is the ultimate bee's knees box doesn't have to be. I think the next one that we're going to try and do is legitimately for free, or as close to as for free as we can get.
Right.
With a used box, and just, we'll say, garage sale parts type approach. Because the Boxee software will run on surprisingly low machines.
Right, and the most important thing is the GPU. So if you get a good graphics card into an older machine, you're pretty much golden.
Yeah.
Really.
I think that the lowest that you, I think I'm running pretty much the low end that you can get to, and you just have to have 256 megabytes ability in my NVIDIA card. It's a really old card.
Yeah.
But it puts out 1080p. I'm happy with it.
Usually any of the ones that say HD at the end of their name.
Mine doesn't say HD on the end of it.
Really?
Not at all. Which is what surprised us all. Anyway, but that's the next approach besides the ultimate. Where can you go with nothing? And can you make this happen? Because the point is, what happens if you don't have $500 but you are paying 60, 80, 90 bucks a month to the cable company? By the time you pay $1,000 or $500 towards a box, you've lost interest. Well, what if you could do this box for $100 or less, much less?
Yeah.
That makes some significant inroads towards getting rid of the cable company.
And like Boxee is free software, so you can try it right now on your desktop PC to get a feel for it. Make sure you like it before you invest the money. So. And
believe me, it runs on my little netbook, which means it'll probably run just about anything. So.
Yeah. As far as this show goes, we're on Boxee. If you go to Wizard, in the Wizard.
And I think there's a
Justin.
I don't know if we're on Justin TV or not, because there's a Justin TV app.
I think we are when we're live, but not.
But yeah, you have to be streaming live.
Yeah, and also Mevio, on the Mevio app, we're on there whenever they're featured. So we're all over the place, and we're soon going to be releasing our own app, so you can just click
right into it.
Yeah.
That'll be a whole nother episode, a whole nother discussion.
But we're here every Wednesday night, 9:30 Pacific time.
9:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Mountain, 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern time.
And if you go to our website, twosmartguys.com, catch up on old episodes. We got things on how to build huge Wi-Fi antennas, how to hack your iPhones, PSPs, fix broken Xboxes.
Some of the things that might integrate with the NAS box. That's why I want to see how this integrates. I want to get Raggable back over here and tell us what how maybe we can start playing with our NAS box into this kind of a system.
Right. If you followed our tutorial on the free NAS box, you can use that as a source. You can put a small hard drive in your Windows Media Center and use that as your main storage, so it's backed up and more accessible on the rest of your network.
We'll say we have, not to extend this episode any longer, I have to, but imagine having one place all your media stores in, and then imagine where the possibilities go when you don't have to worry about having one of these, even $500 machine every place you go. What if you can slim that machine down to really the small little cases that they have in a processor?
Or buying the Boxee box.
Or the Boxee box,
or the
which will
Boxee
aggregate
box.
everything from the NAS box.
Yeah, so you keep all your stuff on your NAS box, buy Boxee boxes for your kids' room, your bedroom, wherever. And
yeah.
If you wanted to, you could build this monster thing for your main living room.
Yeah.
That's what I plan on doing.
I want to do the NAS box version. I want to have my 20 terabyte NAS box striped in the basement, hanging out in the server room kind of scenario. So
I just want to thank Zazzle.com. They help sponsor the show. And if you use coupon code 2SmartGuys, you'll get 10% off on orders $50 or more. And you can make cool custom-made t-shirts, bumper stickers, all kinds of cool things.
Thanks, Zazzle.
Yeah, and you can make things, and you don't have to buy them. You can sell them
There's
to other people,
entrepreneurial
which is
spirit right there.
And if somebody makes me something cool for Two Smart Guys, I'll buy it and I'll wear it on the show. So
all those dirty T-shirts you wanted to have, but your wife won't let you wear, make them. Somebody will buy them.
Yeah. DVDs.
Yeah, if you donate, was it 10?
$10.
We'll say donate $10 for the show. Create the cause that keeps us from being on time. every week. You know, there are things that go wrong, and we have to find workarounds. Donate the $10 so that we'll be on time, and we'll send you a free DVD.
Yeah, we'll sign it.
All the shows,
commentary,
you know, the stuff you don't even want to know.
behind the scenes, bloopers, that kind of stuff's on the DVDs.
Free stuff.
Yep. And last thing to pimp is Beyond the Clipping Plane, which is our web series.
New episode. I haven't even seen the new episode yet. That's how new this episode is.
If you've watched any of our old skits and stuff that we have at the beginning of old episodes, this is like a big long skit.
With monsters.
Yeah, there's 5 episodes now, and there's like these 8-bit monsters. 2 guys get trapped in a video game. It's a lot of fun.
Raggable cursing repeatedly, but it's bleeped out. Don't fear.
And, we've got a special guest star, Carlos from Mevio, is on it.
Ooh, see,
So
I had to watch this. I haven't been in there.
And we just shot episode 6 yesterday, so that's going to be out.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months from now. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises.
We're going to say 6 months. I'm going to call it right now. It's getting summertime. It's too nice to be inside.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
This has been a Two Smart Guys production.
Two friends must rise up and face their destiny. Holy! Trapped in an evil video game cartridge, the duo must seek out allies.
What can I get for you fellas?
You better eat up or you're gonna get squished too.
And find a way to get beyond the clipping plane.